Just those final 2 turnovers, what did you see on both those plays?
Yeah, I mean, just bad turnovers, obviously. I thought we put them in the right place, got the ball in bounds. We just turned the ball over, so it's not a lot to be said. Having said that, 2 of them was the guy that saved us. So, GT was freaking amazing tonight for us. And but I thought the turnovers obviously were huge, and 2 of the 3 were really unforced. But I thought we had 2 huge defensive mistakes that we didn't make. We came out of the timeout with a foul to give. We're supposed to use it, didn't use it. Those are the things that just kill you. And I think that ended up in a Halliburton 3-point play on that one. So, these games, they'll kill you. They really will. Execution down the stretch is something that you must have, and we have to own that. We failed in that department tonight. But give them credit. They hung in there. I thought the biggest play of the game was a defensive mistake, but it was Nimhard's 3. I thought that was the single biggest play because that gave them hope again. And that was a defensive mistake there too. So, man, it's tough though because I thought my guys fought their butts off. We played heavy minutes with the 5 guys, and they were exhausted. They really were. But both teams were, and they're the last team standing.
That 5 that you went with, obviously that was a 5 that was really successful at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Kind of what was the thought process behind starting them and then maybe leaning on them as heavy?
Yeah, because we end the season with them being our main lineup. In the 3 or 4 games we've played in this playoff, we've gotten off to poor starts, and we just felt like it gives us a chance to get off to a great start, and we did that.
You mentioned late game execution there. I guess just to be up multiple possessions in seconds left. So I guess I know you point to defense, but was there anything offensively in those, particularly even the I guess end of regulation, Giannis going for the baseline phase? Just what?
Yeah, well, we were looking for them if he had an ISO, great, but we anticipated a trap. And I thought we had the proper space. And, we give Giannis his choice. I thought he may have had A.J. Green, if my memory serves me right. We told him that the next pass would be open. But he felt good about it. I'm going to live with Giannis making the decision on that.
Do you think he was, Giannis, meaning affected at all? Early foul trouble, the 4th foul comes kind of early. Do you think that contributed at all to some of the defensive stuff late?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough because you're worried about fouling. And you can see on several drives he was there, but he didn't want to commit. And I thought that hurt him a little bit for sure.
Even despite the 30, 20, 13.
Yeah, no, he was Giannis. It's funny, before the game, I told him on every miss I needed to be Magic Johnson in transition. And he did that. Like, he was facilitating. And then at halftime, I said, "Now we need you to be Giannis and Magic. We need you to score too," because he kept doing this to me. And I was like, "Oh, we want you to do that, but we want you to get going as well." I thought, to me, it's one of the best games I've seen him play because it wasn't just about scoring. It wasn't just about rebounding. It was about his playmaking and his total package. He was absolutely amazing.
It's back-to-back years, first-round loss to this team now, and obviously the injuries have also been part of that.
Yeah.
Just kind of how are you sort of processing some of those?
Well, there's nothing you can do about injuries, 3 years in a row, or 1 or 2 last year, both guys were basically out, and this year Dame was basically out, even though he played in the game and out for 2 games. But, this is all part of it. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I would love this team full. I really do. I would love this team where Dame was healthy and all that, but that wasn't in the cards this year for us. What was in the cards for us was we found a lot of players through the year because of the adversity, all the adversity that we had. A.J. Green came out of nowhere, and he's a sensational player. Gary Trent Jr., has proven that he's not only just a solid NBA player, he's better than that, all right? Bobby playing heavy minutes at the 5, Jericho, another guy that we picked up and he turned in to be a force for us. Scoot is going to be solid for this. He's proven that he's an NBA player. And Kuz, who didn't have a great series, will help us. We never got him into the position where he could have been more successful. We will do that, and he will be a successful player for us moving forward.
End of regulation, Scoot comes off that pick and roll with Giannis in the two-man game.
Yeah.
Is that a shot you like from him?
I don't remember that shot, honestly. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So
it's a jumper he missed short,
Yeah.
two-man game with Giannis on the right wing.
Yeah, I don't remember
Got
it,
it.
but listen, I'm not going to get here and second guess guys' shots. Like, what do you want me to do? So if he took the shot, then we'll live with it. We got to allow the guys to play.
Just with the shooting around Giannis tonight,
Yeah.
what did you like about maybe the triggers that they all had? It seemed like Gary and AJ were really focused on green.
Yeah, we
light,
talked about it before the game that we wanted to win the three-point game. I haven't even looked. If we did, we did not. And I don't think we did. No, we did win the three-point game. We thought for us to have a chance to win tonight, we had to win the three-point shooting game, and we accomplished that. It's the turnovers at the end of the day. Not just, if you look at it, they had 20 points off turnovers. We had 16 points. Those 4 points, if you do the numbers game, were huge. It was the difference.
You mentioned how Giannis is special before the game. Just what have you kind of learned about him in these big moments? Over the last
He
year?
is. Giannis is one of one. I think, unfortunately for all the voters, they're tired of voting for him for stuff. But he had every bit of an MVP season this year. What I'm most proud of is he has turned into a leader. I'm not just talking about on the floor, but off the floor. Last year, he wasn't a very vocal guy. Everyone told me he was not a vocal guy. This year, he became a vocal guy. We leaned on him to do that. Early on, he was uncomfortable doing that. And then by end of the year, you saw him in timeouts tonight. I couldn't be more proud of a player because getting outside of your box is very difficult to do. And Giannis did that for me this year. So I couldn't be more happy with a player. I mean, I can't remember anyone that I'm happier with in 1 year to do the changes, to go to a point guard position and talk to him about being a passer first and then get into the game. The word cooperation comes to mind, and Giannis cooperated with us the entire year. And that's the only reason we're sitting here.
From your last answer from this, like it sounds, obviously first round loss back-to-back, Dame is obviously the injury, but it sounds like you're kind of just encouraged about the group, about the roster you guys have and what you guys can build.
I am. I'm discouraged that we lost in the first round. Obviously, no one looks at the full picture. They just say they're first round loss. They don't tell you the whole story. No one ever tells you the whole story that Giannis in 3 years in a row, is that right? 3, right? Didn't play. But no one says that, And then this year we didn't have Dame Lillard, who's, by all accounts, is one of the greatest players to play the game. But we won't hear that story this summer. We'll hear that we've lost in the first round, and we'll live with that. But we know that we like our team.